Welcome to SwerveTalk. You are witnessing Zion Swerve Birdsong this morning, and the topic for today is going to be to the imperfect people. To everyone who is imperfect, I need you to know right now that you are loved, you are valued, and your imperfections are for someone's corrections. I just did this on Instagram a little while ago, but I recognized that my audio was kind of doing its own thing, so I needed to do another one. And I'm going to take the audio from this post on IG. For those of y'all listening, I'm on IG, and I'm going to extract that audio and put it on Anchor so I can kill two birds with one stone. Um, I definitely, before I get started, I need y'all to know I love and appreciate your feedback because your feedback lets me know that what I'm doing in my purpose and the season that I'm in is hitting who it needs to hit. I am not insecure for 1 second about what I'm up here doing, but I am very confident that somebody needs to be getting something from this, and that feedback just builds me up and lets me know for sure, you know exactly what's going on with this whole post. What's up, Go Diego? Thank you for tuning in again. I had to do the post again because my audio was probably jacked up as I'm sure you experienced. But let's get on with it. Your imperfections are for someone's corrections. I get up every morning and I do swerve in your gift, something related to it, not because I'm the man with the plan and the man with all the answers. I'm not walking around here like, yo, I just got it together and I'm just this guru. I don't see myself more highly than I should. What's really happening is that I have a vision for my life, a steady lane and a steady course given by love, by God. God is love. When I say love, I'm talking about God. So from whenever you hear me say love from here on out, I'm referring to God because God is love. I have a lane given to me by love himself, and it's to help people locate and cultivate their gifts. It's for me to utilize all of my setbacks as setups for other people, to utilize all of my hangups, um, and get rid of the holdups and help hold someone up. That's what my life is for. And whenever I wake up in the morning, there's always this urge to just be all right, man, forget that. I don't want to do that today. I would rather just get some Nancy's pizza, the barbecue chicken pizza with the bacon, and just and just chill and do absolutely nothing all day. I would rather just make songs all day. I would rather just be lazy all day, you know. But that doesn't line up with my gift, you know. And don't get it twisted. Now, my body and my flesh wants to be lazy, but my spirit rejoices every time I get the opportunity to speak. So it's not like I'm just doing something I hate. It ain't like working out, which I don't like either. But working out, I gotta make myself do it because it's like, bro, you got this smile going on. Where your drawers connect to your stomach, it's a smile, and it's not, it's not a straight line. So you need to work on that so you can live long enough and be healthy enough to continue doing your gift. So even working out is associated with my gift. But when it comes to doing swerving your gift, that's not me having the answers. That's me getting the answers. That's me taking all my imperfections daily. That's me taking my journey. That's me taking a better route in life other than the chill zone. You know, that's me placing a demand on love to fill me up when I'm 100% empty, when I'm at my lowest, and it's like I'm a glass, and this is where I'm at. I'm on E. I just got off of work. I'm tired. I'm drained. I pulled an 11 to 7. I don't have it inside of me. But love goes, this is my agenda for people. Zion, I want you to be a distributor of my love. And if you are going to be a distributor for my love, I'm going to fill you up to the brim. I'm going to fill you up to the cap. And then when I fill you up, now you have me to give away and not just yourself. Now you have the God version of you that you can pass, you know? And that's the more enhanced, the better version of me. That's what we call supernatural. Here's my natural and here's super. And we have this marriage that's formed. And this is where I'm being the best me. So I'm not coming on here like, ooh, I got all the answers. I'm coming up on here like I'm imperfect. And because I'm making a sacrifice of my time, me being me being imperfect is giving me the opportunity to let love fill me up and make and perfect me. You understand what I'm saying? Um, I don't feel like personally that I have it all together, but there's things that I forgot that you'll never know in this journey. There's things that you forgot that people will never know until you make yourself available, and you need to place a demand on the side of you that's lying dormant. There's a part of you inside your heart is this little flame, and it's lying dormant. But every time you think about how much you love people, love connects to you. Love connects to you, and that flame just gets bigger and gets bigger, gets bigger. And then eventually you start looking like the human torch by default because it ends up taking over you. You get in the habit of being in love with not just people, but yourself. You see, it's more blessed to give than to receive. You understand? And when I'm thinking about giving love away, love has to fill me up, right? It's more blessed because I'm empowered to prosper in the areas where I'm not prospering, in the areas like insecurity, in the areas of depression, in the areas of doubt. When I connect my faith to, you know what, God, how do you see people? What's on your agenda for them? Okay, make me a distribution center of your love. And then God goes, okay, well, I'm going to utilize you this way. Birdsong, you have the gift of music. Birdsong, you have the gift of what's good, brother Benjamin? How you doing? God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. Birdsong, you have this tool belt with all of these skills, talents, ideas, inventions, and information, right? Birdsong, I'm gonna take all of these tools and I'm gonna make you this character called Swerving Your Gift. And your creed is to help people locate and cultivate their gifts and brand their gifts by any means necessary. You wondered what your gift was, Birdsong, your whole life, and if you wondered if you was doing it right. And I don't want anybody else to ever feel like you felt, but you have such extensive experience in feeling that way that I want to utilize you as a tool. I want to take all these tools and put it on the new you, and I want to send you out, and I want you to have the opportunity to help people swerve in their gift. Now, every time I get up on here against what I feel like I could be doing, or every time I swerve on laziness and I hop in this lane, the vision I have for myself, I get further along down that road to that end goal of me that love showed me about myself, right? And the further I drive away from the current me, you know, not that I'm not enjoying the journey, but the further I drive away from the me that has the hangups and the holdups and the setbacks, and I use them as setups, the further I get down the street, the more I'm gonna get tired of making that U-turn and coming back to the old me. Cause one day you're gonna get 100 miles down the road, you're gonna be all like, man, I ain't got the gas or the fuel to keep turning around and losing mileage and keep doing this U-turn. I'm gonna end up my patience, my mentality, my spirit, and everything is gonna get used to being in drive, and I'm gonna get tired of turning back around. And see, some people sit in neutral in life. They just sit there and they wait for people to push them, right? When you're in neutral, you either get pushed forward, backwards, but you're not in control of the push. Anything can come and sway you, right? But when you're in drive, constantly, you're being driven by passion, you're being driven by love, you start to develop the character necessary. You understand what I'm saying? To stay in this default version of the perfected version of you. Now, perfection, not flawlessness. I'm not talking about world's version of perfection. I'm talking about love perfecting you, being written on your heart, love coming out of your mouth, people stepping into your presence, into your shadow, and they experience the love that you have, that unique, customized version of love that you have, and they experience that when they step in your shadow. You know, your energy now becomes that by default. Yeah, what's good, homie? All is good. I appreciate that. Yes, King. Yo, There's a God version of you that's lying dormant, and until you start making small investments, like I wake up every morning not to do swerve because I feel like I'm a guru and like I know everything, you know, it's not because like I feel like I'm all that. It's because I have to keep investing in who I'm becoming. If I don't make an investment in who I'm becoming, I'll never get started stepping into that lane. You understand what I'm saying? Most people try to stop doing something in order to start doing something, which really don't make no sense. It's like if I'm going the wrong direction, like I see this vision of myself, but I'm going the wrong direction, right? If I end up going the wrong direction, the goal isn't let me stop going the wrong direction. You feel me? What would be the right way to handle that? Instead of me trying to just go, okay, let me stop going the wrong direction. Let me stop doing this. If all I'm thinking about is stop going the wrong direction, I'm going to be thinking about that the whole time I'm going the wrong direction. The goal should be let me start going the right direction. You follow what I'm saying? If I'm thinking about, man, let me stop taking crack or let me stop this bad habit, you're going to get stressed out and take that bad habit more. That bad habit is now going to have the necessary fuel it needs to continue being dominant and reigning on the throne of your life. Because now you're depressed about something that you don't have the power to stop. You understand what I'm telling you? Your self-motivation, how is that working for you? It ain't. Because you're not designed to be in that habit in the first place to need to have the power to get out of it. That's not your design. What you're designed to do is be doing the positive things, the inverse. So don't try to stop the bad habit. Start the rehab. Start the counseling. Start the healthy habits. Start eating the things that help you tame your body and say, body, you're mine. I'll walk you around like a dog. Body, you are mine. You don't belong to yourself. Body, I'm in control. You start doing that, and then you end up realizing that you're gaining mileage in doing the right thing. And so that old version of you ends up being a speck of dust in the rearview mirror. It can eat your dust. And you might turn around a couple times just to, you like, man, that dust, I did like that dust in the past. That dust was tempting, it was delightful. All right, hold on. Let me get back and swerve. Let me get back and swerve. All right, now I'm on the road. I'm in my lane, but I'm curving. Wait, there goes the exit. Dang, okay. I'm in my lane. I'm swerving in my gift. My gift is my vehicle. I'm riding in my gift. But man, look at that billboard person sitting in the same place, looking good, doing the same thing, associated with all the old things that I love. Woo! Let me go ahead and just, okay, I'm swerving. Okay, that's a roadblock. There goes a back then barricade. It's reminding me of who I used to be back then. Woo, boy. Okay. Let me get the diesel fuel to power through that thing. Okay. Let me get the drive. Bow. Right? And you end up gaining so much mileage in where you're supposed to be going because you're not focused on stopping. You're just focused on going the right direction. You end up leaving that junk in the dust. And you get tired of turning around and doing this U-turn and reacclimating yourself with all that lost mileage, with all that lost progress. You understand what I'm saying? And then at the same time, it's killing two birds with one stone. You getting so used to the new you getting so accustomed to the new you and so acquainted with this new version of you that you see for yourself that you lose in touch with the old stuff. Your mentality been dipping into too much of this supernatural that you forgetting that you was Clark Kent. You used to being Superman. You used to being Wonder Woman. You are losing association with the old associations. You understand what I'm saying? You're depressing the depression that had a hold on you. Depression is now like, woo, I don't have a relationship with Birdsong anymore. He's not spending time with me. He's so far away. Confusion is confused. Why don't I have a relationship with Birdsong anymore? This is not good for me. This isn't helping me live. I'm dying, you know? Depression is depressed. Confusion is confused. Disappointment is disappointed, you know? Your bad habits have a bad habit of feeling bad because you're not in your bad habits no more. You're habitually doing the right things, you know? You're not focused on what you should be doing. See, now stress and all that stuff now the bad habit doesn't have any fuel to eat off of because you're not thinking about what you can't do no more. You're too busy being empowered to go where you can go. See, when you focused on the vision that love gave for you, when you focused on loving yourself and making investments in loving yourself and going towards the vision that's right for your life, all of a sudden, now love has to come and assist you and give you an enablement and an empowerment to be who it is that you're designed to be. See, you don't do things in order to be, right? When you take a seed and you throw it at the ground, this is from Miles Monroe. I'm just putting it in my own words. Rest in heaven, Miles Monroe. When you take a seed and you throw it at the ground and you say, seed, work, that seed does not do anything. That seed becomes the intended vision of the seed. You take an apple seed and you say, work. Take an apple seed, you throw it at the ground and you say, seed, work. It becomes the intended vision of that seed and becomes an apple tree. It manifests itself. It exposes, it expresses the full potential of that thing comes out. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not thinking about what it can't do. It's just there getting the fuel and getting the necessary. It's in an environment too, around the people, places, and things necessary for it to constantly be thinking about where it's headed. Understand what I'm saying? That's another thing. It's not about you being perfect and doing all the perfect things. Some of y'all are feeling bad about you running into the same imperfections constantly, and you putting all this pressure on yourself as if you're the problem. But really, it's just your decisions that are the problem. The people, places, and things you decide to be around are actually the things that are stopping you from becoming the intended version of yourself. It's stopping you from manifesting. And you're trying to do all this work to compensate for that environment, right? But it was never about the work that you were doing. It's about just setting yourself in a place where there's peace. And then now you don't work hard to, like, it's like driving in a car. When you're in the right lane, you don't have these head-on collisions. When you're in the wrong lane, you don't got to work hard for a head-on collision. You acquire it as you go. When you're in the right lane and you're going where you need to go, you focused on where you headed. All of a sudden, you don't work hard for that fuel, for that gas station. You don't work hard for the diesel fuel that's going to give you the drive and the motivation to go where you're headed. You acquire it as you go. You don't work hard for safety. You acquire safety as you go. You understand what I'm saying? You have to live by faith. You have to believe not just in God. Some of y'all so religious and so hell-bent on just reading Bible and going to church that you never spend time with who God made you to be by faith. You spending time with everybody who gets to tell you and impose their beliefs about you on you. They get to interpret the scriptures for you. But love needs to interpret the scriptures for you. And you need to love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? But how do you love other people with your gift if you never took time to love yourself first? Stop going to church so much. Stop reading your Bible so much. Yeah, you're being programmed, but you're being programmed with religion if you never get a chance to apply that information and apply what's in your spirit to yourself. It's just a bunch of puffed up knowledge. Remember how they say, look, without love, you're just noise. You're just a clanging cymbal, right? So you can have all this knowledge of scriptures and then you can go out and try to love people. But until you love yourself first and make an investment and make a deposit, love has to deposit itself into your heart. The way that love does that is that you say, okay, listen, I'm going to get my gift and go forward in my gift, and I'm going to love others. And love goes, cool. Now let me fill you up with love. Now, before you go out and give it to somebody else, Birdsong, I need you to go to the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights and get acclimated with this new you. Christ did it. John the Baptist did it. Probably almost Samson, David, most everybody in the Bible, whoever got an enablement from God, the Holy Spirit, before he could come in your heart, when he could only come upon you, they had a wilderness experience where they got away from family. They got away from their kinfolk. They got away from the people, places, and things that kept telling them who they are. Joy, what's happening? They got away from the people, places, and things that imposed their ideas about them on them, right? They got away from that. They had a wilderness experience What's good? What's happening? Sean, what it do? Thanks for joining. Listen, you got to get away from the people, places, and things that are telling you who you are to them. Because when you go back to your family, they're going to be like, look, this is who you are to me. And you like, no, I'm becoming somebody different. And they saying, no, I've known you since you was born. This is who you are. You got to have that wilderness experience. You got to get, Jesus went to the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. Most everybody in the Bible, when you see them making a move, they went to the wilderness first to get away from their kinfolk and spend time with the new them, with the new spirit, with the new enablement, with the super on their natural. And they go, cool, let me get acclimated. And the first thing that happens when Jesus came out of that, the first miracle that happened when he came out of that wilderness was his fame spread. Now love starts, God is love. Now love starts telling people about you. Love starts putting you on display, and love says, hey, this person is lining up with where I want them to go. I don't want them to work hard to become or to pursue what it is I have for them. I'm going to start drawing people to them, and now you're going to start having people pay attention to you, and you're going to start having things come at you, not to mess you up, but to help you gain thicker skin and to help you develop the character that's necessary to remain in that superpowered version of you. God gets tired of people going into the booth. He gets tired of Clark Kent going into the booth and going, okay, I'm going to be super now. No, he wants it to be your default. Remain super. Remain powerful. I hate watching Superman, just sidebar, because Superman always gets into a situation where he got to be reminded to be super. Yeah, Superman can see through walls and hears all this far stuff, but all of a sudden something happened and he like, huh? I didn't even know what was. I didn't even know. Bruh, will you stop? Bruh, stop hitting me. Bruh, stop killing people. You gonna make me lose my mind. No, for real, for real. He starts getting, I'm sleepy. Deal with me. But he starts getting so stupid, you be all like, bruh, just be super. You know you got it. And that's how, I ain't saying God gets mad like that, but God looks at us and he goes, why you always pretending that you not super? Why you always forgetting? Why you keep reminding me of your flaws every night? Why you keep confessing your sins every night? You do that once. You do that once. You stop confessing your sins every night. He's like, I threw that into the sea of forgetfulness. You have a case of mistaken identity. Only thing I see when I look at you is righteous. Everybody should have Christ on their last name. Birdsong Christ, Sean Christ, Joy Christ. Because you can never not be his offspring. And your offspring, his offspring is righteous. His offspring is, I love you. You are loved. You are the offspring of my nature. You are the love that I did all of this because I love you so much. Right? That's all he sees. And we spend time trying to remind him every night, Lord, I apologize for this. He's like, it's in the sea of forgetfulness. I forgot what a sea of forgetfulness was because I forgot it. I don't want no association with you in sin. That's why I sent my son to handle that. So, and check it. If he did it 2,000 years ago and like 2,000 years later you were born and you were all like, hey, I believe that. And he goes, cool. You free from that old version of you. What makes you think you can do something tomorrow that ain't already dealt with too? Like it ain't potent. Like it ain't all the way still, you know. What makes you think that you can do something tomorrow that discredits you from who you naturally are? Your imperfections are someone's corrections. That's why you're not supposed to walk around here perfect. That's why you're supposed to rely on love to give you the perfection that you need. Because when you are empty and you feeling like you don't have it, love goes, cool, I got you right where I need you to be. We need to have this marriage and this merger where I am your perfection. You take that perfection, you apply it to somebody, you take that love, you apply it to somebody else, and now I got to fill you up because that's your intention. And you stop wasting time trying to be perfect. And you start recognizing that even your imperfections are a blessing. Love yourself. You should really be bigging yourself up every time you have an issue, every time you feel like you're going through a struggle or you're going through a challenge or you do something that makes you feel so bad. I'm telling y'all, man, when that happens, you need to spend time going, okay, God, what's your agenda for people? How do you love people? Now give me the ability to love them like you so you can fill me up And now all those insecurities, all that doubt, all that worry, all those traumas I went through, now those things are replaced with you. And now I have boldness instead. Now I have might instead. Now I have love for myself instead. And stop trying to find people to love you the way that God does before you love yourself that way. You know? Don't ask somebody to do what you haven't allowed love to do in your life first, because you need experience with love. Like I said, Jesus in that wilderness experience, he was in there with the beasts, wilderness, lions, tigers, and bears. He was in there with all of that. He was in the Jasmine Sullivan version of Jesus, okay? In the wilderness, and it says the angels ministered to him, meaning that they took care of him. He didn't eat for 40 days and 40 nights. He got acclimated with who he was supernaturally. He spent time doing that. He gained a healthy understanding and a love for himself. Only then was he prepared and ready to go out and love other people that same way. In case people wonder where I'm pulling this from, it's from Luke. You know, it's from Luke. It says he came out of the wilderness with power, you know, with power. That's what it says. There's power in locating who you are and loving yourself first. Why ain't your relationship got no enablement? Because you didn't love yourself first. Why ain't your plans and your business having any enablement? Why it seem like it's such a struggle? Because you don't know who you are. You're not in touch with who you're designed to be. You're not in touch with your gift. When I say gift, what I'm really talking about is, what would you do for the you that had the most problems? That's gift. Your gift is, what would you present as a present to the young version of you that had all the challenges? What parts of you did you go through that made you imperfect, that gave you the corrections that you need to go back in time and help out a young you? You needed those imperfections. You needed those. Because without those imperfections, you wouldn't have got all the understanding, the hypothesis, the thesis. You wouldn't have got everything that you need as far as the tools to correct the old version of you, which the old version of you is a bunch of people's around you today, right? You follow what I'm saying? Does this make sense to anybody? You need to love you regardless of your imperfections. Your imperfections are what give you purpose. You being flawed is a beautiful thing. You need to have a healthy relationship with being imperfect and love yourself, because if you don't know how to love yourself during your imperfections, you really ain't loving other people when they're imperfect. You know, you're tolerating them, but in the back of your head, the only thing you know is that I beat myself up when I mess up. Zion, you so stupid. Zion, you so ignorant. Zion, why you do that? Man, there you go again, messing up, Zion. I have a very unhealthy relationship with myself when I'm thinking that way. Then people come around and I say a bunch of nice stuff. I say a bunch of sweet stuff. It sounds good. But truthfully, there's no power behind what I'm saying. It just makes them feel good, and I'm not really giving of myself. I'm just making somebody feel temporarily good. But when you love yourself and you have an understanding of what it is that breaks you out of the mediocre version of you, you know, when you have an understanding of that, then in that marriage you can give that love, you know. Then in those friendships you can give that love. Then in your gift, when it comes down to your business, you understand how to love yourself and what people need from you, and not just the judgment from you. What if the only information you have about yourself is how much you judge yourself, how much you dislike yourself? I hated myself. I wanted to commit suicide. I didn't like my life. You know, I was pissed off at God. I done cussed God out so many times for the things I felt like he was allowing to happen in my life. He had to tell me, I didn't let those things happen to you, bro. I'm not in control down there. God's not in control as much as y'all want to lie and say he is. Satan is the God of this world. Jesus is in control of the kingdom, but that's our decision which world we're going to be a part of and be associated with, right? And then even here, we have dominion of this world. God is sending his spirit to try to get people to receive it so he can have access to our affairs. You understand what I'm saying? That's what he's doing, is saying, hey, rely on me. Hey, let me love you. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. That's him. He's wooing us 24/7. Mike, come on, let me in, let me in, let me in. I got you. I got you. And that's us going like, all right, maybe. And he's like, well, you suffering without me, you know, because you're imperfect. And you're imperfect because in your weakness, I'm made stronger. You're better with me constantly. I didn't make you like me, then you wouldn't need me. What we going to, there's no exchange of love. You understand what I'm saying? So I wanted to share that with you, man. I'm about to get up off of here, but anybody got any questions? I did a lot of talking. I'm tired of talking so much. And people may have things that they want to know. You can ask me anything about anything, on subject, off subject, but I really want to know who's bold enough to have some questions. Um, Ain't nobody gonna hunt you down and roast you for what you for what you think. You in a safe place. Understand what I'm saying? So before I get off of here, I just want to know if anybody has anything they want to talk about, anything you want me to pray about later on, anything that you feel like you really need to know. Why somebody get on here and be all like, "Why do men cheat? Why girls always date the lame versions? Why don't they get with the real?" You know what I'm saying? If I had something like that, they're gonna be all like, "Man, call me, pick me, pick me, pick me." Anybody, any takers, man, any questions, anything. Look, God so loved the world, the jacked up version of his intentions. You know, that's why he gave his son. It wasn't for the goody goodies. It was for the world, the jacked up stuff. He took all his self. He said, "Man, I love the world so much. I'm about to give them all of me." That's the only thing I can think about that's good enough to give to them. And when you get to God level, when you operate in your gift, that's how you start thinking about other people. You go, "For Zion so loved the world that he gave everything that I've experienced, the good version. I packaged it into a gift and I gave a present to the world, and I want to help the world out." That's how you operate when you're at God level. What you got? I just always appreciate your transparency. You're welcome, Sauce. You're welcome, Sauce. That's my response to that. It felt right in my mind. It didn't look right on the camera. I saw myself. It was that was wrong. um, Thank you. I need the feedback. What you don't know is that feedback just it refuels me and tells me, hey man, you are doing what you're supposed to do. People are gathering what you're saying. Um, anybody want to anybody want to add anything, share anything? It may not even be a question. It might just be something you want to add to it and share with it based off of your experience. This is your opportunity, man, to step out of yourself and step into your gift. Finally, start take these little opportunities to keep making investments into who you're gonna be, so you can step away from the you that you're not happy with. You know, you have a vision for yourself. Some people on here, they're going, man, I want to be a motivational speaker, or I want to help people in life, or I see myself in front of thousands of people sharing some type of information or having answers or just some type of transparency that I can share with people. Take these opportunities to step into that person. And when you get off, you're going to be like, woo, that enablement. You know, I made an investment in myself. Got me feeling like I'm Harlem shaking around here. I feel like it ain't even me. Like something controlling. I'm sleepy, so deal with me. But y'all like that Harlem Shake though. Y'all like that though. You ain't got to flex for me. Oh yes, thank you, Sean. Good question. Am I selling this hoodie, or do you you selling that hoodie? Y'all gotta steal it. All right, gangster. So look, that hoodie is on the link on my Instagram. My Instagram in the bio section. You will see that link, and it goes to my launch cart where I sell my products. To this afternoon, Swerve and Your Gift, the book. Everybody's like, what's this Swerve stuff? Where's the basis? Sorry for those of y'all who I wasn't around when I launched it in Alliance, Ohio. Swerve and Your Gift started out as a whole book where I got the motivation and the drive to get in my actual gift. I started realizing that even though I'm great at music and I'm great at all that type of stuff, that's not the gift. Those are just skills, talents, ideas, and inventions and information. When you can take all of those things and combine them into a gift in the present and you gift wrap it, and then you say, cool, I'm about to take all this stuff, wrap it up real nice, and I'm about to give it to you. Um, Bam. Swerving your gift is my purpose. That's my gift to you. Um, that is what I have that's available for you. Now, that book, if anybody on here wants that PDF version of that book for free, I'm giving away that PDF. You can, I will send your email. I will email you the PDF. You can go on ahead and take it and be blessed. Anybody want the hardback or the paperback version of that? I'm gonna have that on Amazon today. I'm loading it on Amazon today. So that means in one day after today, it'll be available. Um, all my merch. Every time I launch a book, I'm gonna launch a new piece of apparel, and I'm also gonna have a dope piece of music to go along with that. Um, Swerve in your gift, everything. Swerve in your gift. YouTube, swerve in your gift. Um, Facebook, swerve in your gift. IG, I do have a swerve in your gift page. Lock it in if you ain't got it locked in. And yes, come back. Come back. I got you. Any other questions? I love y'all so much. I love you so much. Smiles, what's happening? I'll call her Smiles because you always smiling. Sarah, what's going on? Anybody else got any other questions? Like for real, for real. Your imperfections are for somebody's corrections. Everything, what we were talking about, Sarah, was everything that you may feel is an imperfection is actually somebody's blessing. Ooh, rhyming around here. Bars. Bars. Meaning, some of y'all may have bad attitudes. All right. That means that you might be a fighter of some sort, you know. Just for example. Some of y'all are very argumentative. You be all like, man, it's just an imperfection. I'm always freaking arguing and I just can't stop myself from doing it. Okay, cool. You might be an attorney, right? You might be an attorney. That can be good. It's not always a bad thing when you in your gift, you know, because love loves you. Love's like to take everything that you think is an imperfection, and love will utilize that imperfection for your good. He will make your enemies a stepping stone. You understand what I'm saying? Um, for instance, I'm aggressive. I naturally love to hit stuff. I find myself punching walls and punching people. I'll be having like bouts with people in my head. Like, oh, real? Oh, looking in the mirror. Oh, you talking to me? You flexing on me, bro? That's who you talking to? You ain't see it coming, did you? Uh-huh. Fast. Lightning. Lightning. That's because I love boxing and martial arts. I thought I had a problem all these years kicking trees. My grandma was all right, that boy kick that tree one more time. He got a problem. But what I learned later on is that when people kick them trees, like in Muay Thai, they're deadening their nerves. So that way when they hitting here and hitting with the knee, and they go to put that junk on somebody's neck right here, you can't even feel it. They feel it, but you don't feel it. They didn't got dropped. It happened. That's what happens, man. That's what happens. And then no, seriously, I utilize that to train myself to stay in shape. I don't like the gym. I hate weights. I hate weights. So as long as I'm punching something and I'm getting that aggression out, you know, all the years of bullcrap that I've been through with religion and Christian people who are religious and not really walking in love with God, I have a real problem with them, and I just see their face every time. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It helps me train others. Now I have a new set of income, a new form of income. Um, you have some people who are people, you know, for instance, you might be an exotic dancer or something. You like, you know, I like to climb this pole and I like to strip and all this other type of stuff. You might be somebody's wife. Just saying, your husband ain't gonna be mad at that at all. You know what I'm saying? Leave the club, take it to the room. But marriage bed is undefiled. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I need a Jerry curl. Ha! So I just wanted to put that out there, man. Some of your imperfections and things that you've been through, or it could be self-sabotage, like some things you allowed yourself to get into. There's always an inverse for that when you start focusing on what you can do for others, genuinely how you can bless people. There's always something you can utilize to be someone's correction, or you just may have the knowledge to go, don't do that junk. Don't take that crack. Ain't nothing good about it other than the money. I'm kidding. I'm sleepy. But for real, ain't nothing good about the crack. Don't do it. You might just be that ad. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? You know. So it might be one of those things. Any questions for real? You can ask me something about anything. So I was cracking up. I was like, when I say any questions and you can ask me anything, if I was to say like, why do men cheat? Everybody would be like, that's what I want to know. Or some relationship stuff, that's what I want to know. And it's so hilarious because people will ask that question and I'll end up tying it right back into this whole message about your imperfections or somebody's corrections or somebody's blessings. I could tie it right back into there because usually when we're asking those kind of questions and they just really ignite us, it's because we have very imperfect love for ourselves. So you accept love that is not the type of love. You accept the love that you give to yourself, and then you realize that you yourself have some more work to do. I'm the king of that. Transparency. Transparency. Period. I'm the king of that. I've tried to get people to love me the way God loves me, and there's many times where I said, "Ooh, that person loves me," but I didn't love myself enough to know what type of love I needed. So all those relationship questions just boils right back to, hey, Zion, you dated your decisions. Good job. And you know what's funny? Every time you got into a relationship, you were there watching yourself and coaching yourself through getting yourself hurt. You was there more than the one person that you was just with, more than the one person before that. You was common denominators. You was in all of them. You might want to love yourself different. So yeah, stuff like that. Everything is tied to you loving yourself and you having a gift. There's not one thing that is not tied to you loving yourself and you getting in your gift. So when you gonna start performing again? Because we love to see your singing. You know what? I feel like that just came at me, and I'm gonna start singing. I'm gonna say, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." Sean, it won't work. No weapon, hey, formed shall. Nah, for real. I'm gonna I'm gonna start performing. I'm working on the album. All right. So I'm releasing. That was just so extra. Y'all know I'm sleepy. I'm releasing the book. It's gonna go on Amazon finally. It's gonna be a series. Swerving your gift is going to turn into swerving your vision. It's going to turn into swerving your health. It's going to turn into a lot of stuff. And every time I release one, I'm going to have a piece of clothing. Bye bye. I want y'all to see that. All that right here. Just don't look at my booty. Don't look at my booty. But everything else is lit. I want y'all to, all this. This is what we doing. All that's going to be available. And every time I release a piece of clothing and all that stuff, I'm going to also release a new song. Those songs are going to build up, and I'm going to make an album out of it and then release that as a unit. So I'm letting y'all know my plans. That's what I'm working on now. The book is coming out this week. Tomorrow I'm going to put it on Amazon. It's going to be out within a couple days, and then I'll also be showing you. Oh, the clothes, by the way, for those who weren't here, hit the link in my bio. That's my launch cart. You can get all the clothes there. You can get masked up, mask up, mask up. You can get the mask and everything on there. And I got you. I got you. I'm going to start doing some live performances. I'm going to be guitaring it up. I'm going to be over here getting it. I'm going to be just, I'm going to be doing my thing with the guitar live on this mug for all y'all who don't know. We're going to get it. And we're going to have a good time. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Every time you see me, I might be on this. You don't know what I'm going to do. You don't know what I'm going to do. You never know. You never know. You never know what I'm gonna be doing. You just never know. You never know. Might be doing. I'm sleepy. I'm getting off of here. I love y'all. God bless you. Take care. A hoodie and a song. Yes. A hoodie and a song. It's gonna be so hood the way I put it together. So hood. Take care. Holler. Swerve. Skirt. Let me see if I can sing skirt. Skirt. I just sung that mud, boy.